Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. We have already started our morning off. I've got my morning routine done. I've done my moving in May, done my exercise, and I'm ready to roll with the rest of the stuff that's on my list of things to do. We are going to declutter one kitchen drawer, the items from it that we're not using. I wrote a blog post about it this morning, talked about how I cleaned out one of my kitchen drawers last year that had all the junk in it that you just throw in there. Actually, there were two of them. And I put those things in other places. I put the tools with the tools. I put my painter's tape with my painting supply. I made a new place to put all the recipes that had congregated in there. And I found places for all that little stuff. So now, instead of having two junk drawers, I'm actually able to use those two drawers to hold my hot pads, because we use those every night for dinner to keep things from putting too much heat on the table. And also the other drawer is holding my zipper bags. And I have more room for my hand towels and for my dishcloths. Everything has more room. The drawers I'm using to hold the kitchen utensils hold things that I use regularly, and I have more room in them. They open and close easily. Unless, of course, the boys put the dishes away, and you know how that goes. Sometimes they just sort of toss things in instead of stacking the measuring cups, that kind of thing. But for the most part, the drawers all look fantastic. Sometimes I just have to do a little maintenance behind the boys after they put dishes away. So today, since I've assigned you guys to declutter items from one drawer, I will check mine, make sure they look good, make sure there's nothing that I need to toss. Since we did that renovation in the summer, it's been very easy to maintain my kitchen drawers and my kitchen cabinets, because I pulled everything out so that we could refinish the cabinets, sorted through stuff, and then I got rid of things I wasn't using. And that helped me so much. And I know for some of you, you look at this stuff and you debate, oh, am I going to need this again? Am I going to have to rebuy it? Well, some things you may get rid of and you might have to rebuy it in the next 6 months or a year. But most of the things you want to declutter, you're not going to even miss. So think of it that way. If you know a young married couple that needs some things from the kitchen, donate to them. Donate to a local women's shelter. Donate to wherever you want to bless somebody else. But I know you have excess in your kitchen. I had things in my cabinets that sat there for 28 years. So I know you've got stuff too. For your home blessings today, we're going to dust and vacuum. So do a quick dust around the things on your flat surfaces, do a quick vacuum through the high traffic areas, and move on. I've already mentioned that I've done my moving in May, and I want you guys to let me know down here in comments, are you moving 10 to 15 minutes a day in May? It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as a walk outside. But I want you to really start striving to having this daily activity to take care of you. Because if you're not taking care of you, nobody else is going to do it for you. And you need to be able to take care of your family. If you neglect your health and you neglect eating well, drinking water, and your exercise, your body is not going to be strong. So really focus this month on getting in some movement. If you have 2 levels in your house, go up and down the stairs more than normal. There's lots of ways you can fit movement into your everyday activities without leaving and going to the gym. Dinner tonight for us is Taco Tuesday. And for me, still doing plant-based diet, I think I'm going to do some taco soup type situation with beans and tomatoes and green chilies, and I think a little bit of corn. And then I'm going to have something that's similar in taste to what the boys are having with their taco meat, but I'll still be staying on the plant-based diet. And so that works for me, gives me the protein I need, the energy that I'm going to need from the food, and I'm able to eat whatever the family's eating in a very similar way. And that means I can also offer them some of my food too, and expose them to different flavors, different textures, and different recipes. So that way we kind of balance that. I've been working on my talk for next week in Michigan about bulk cooking and ways that you can extend what you're cooking already, double recipes, and freeze things so that when you're having one of those really busy days, you pull that out of the freezer, thaw it, and throw it in the crock pot or your Instapot. So I try to help you guys with also your menu planning. Today's Tuesday. With the Fly Lady, that means it's plan and play day. So if you've not made a menu plan for the week, I want you to work on that. Spend 5 minutes writing down ideas. I do mine on Friday, but some of you are still procrastinating doing that menu planning. So if you've not done menu planning in a while, or maybe even ever, I want you to spend 5 minutes today writing down some ideas. Ask your family for ideas. Pick something you haven't ever fixed and expose your families to new tastes and textures. When I did our cultural cooking and when I did the Cook Your Way Around the USA cooking, I exposed my kids to a lot of different foods and recipes, and it was so much fun, and they enjoyed it, and they got to experience some foods that I wouldn't have normally picked. So work on that menu planning a little bit and see if you can come up with something fun that you've never done before. Over the weekend we did a homemade pizza day. The kids actually did all the work, but they wanted to do that, so we put that on the menu plan, and I bought the stuff and they executed it. So there's ways that you can include the kids and do menu planning and save time and save money, all just by sitting down for 5 to 10 minutes doing a quick menu plan. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Tomorrow's anti-procrastination day, so I'll be hitting on something tomorrow you've been procrastinating, and I know we all have one thing on our master to-do list that we've been putting off. So be thinking about that. Susan says good morning. She's making her menu and getting ready to go to the grocery store. She loves menu planning because it makes her trip efficient and helps her stay on budget. Absolutely. That's why I menu plan. That's why I write out my plan for my grocery stores. And I try to be aware of seasonal things that I know will be on sale or that will be available that sometimes are not available during different times of the year. So I try to include those. Right now, squash and zucchini are big. They've come in the states lower than ours that have warmer weather. We just planted our squash and zucchini yesterday. And it's one of those really good vegetables that are very flexible. They don't have a real strong taste, so they're good for kids to introduce them to a new vegetable. Good morning, Patricia. Hope you have a fantastic day. Everybody enjoy your Tuesday. Let me know in the comments how you're doing with moving in May. I want to know what you're up to. See you guys in the morning.